Today's video is a sad one. I am officially selling my 2005 graphic gray Evo 8 MR. Unfortunately, the day has come. We are officially selling the GG Evo 8. And I kind of wanted to make a for sale video instead of a for sale post. I believe it would just be better for interested buyers to see a full video of the car with every single detail instead of pictures, but that's just me. Anyways, I'm going to say the total price for this car at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and start with every single detail. So here we have it. The GG Evo that started it all for this channel. I know it's kind of weird, and I will go over why I'm selling this car, but let's get right to it. Again, this is for the buyer, the person that's interested in seeing every single detail in this car. And let's go ahead and start with the exterior. The exterior is basically going to be pretty much stock, besides a couple of new things and improved things that I did to the car that I left. That is brand new JDM headlights with PPF film. I'm talking about brand new out of the package Mitsubishi headlights. Then we have a front DL front lip, which is just stock black urethane front lip, which I always had. We are going to have the car with BBS OEM wheels and fairly new tires, Achilles ATR sports tires, and also brand new Stoptechs when I did it on this car. So it's gonna have brand new Stoptech rotors. They're not brand new, I use them, but they're fairly new. I barely drove this car, I think 10,000 miles since I owned it for 3 years, almost 4 years. I think it's 4 years already. New Stoptech rotor pads and coated Brembo calipers. As you guys can see, that's going to be for both sides. Obviously, I did the rears as well with Stoptech rotors and BBS. Let me go ahead and give you guys a full walk around of the car so you guys can see every single detail. JDM tail lights as well for the rear. The paint is one thing that I do want to mention. The paint is not perfect whatsoever. At least to me, I'm very OCD and I pay attention to detail, and the paint is not where it needs to be, but it's actually pretty good compared to a lot of the Evos that are out there. This is literally how the paint is. You guys can see every detail of the paint. There are two spots that I want to mention just to be clear. Again, I'm showing every single detail. That the clear coat completely faded, which is there on the gas cap, and one other spot. Besides that, everything is pretty much good. This spot right here, this has been like that since I first bought the car, and it's been horrible and I hate it. So that was going to be the next step on this build on this car, was to repaint the whole entire car, just because those two spots are a little bit bad. But everything else is honestly acceptable, at least to my terms. It's pretty good. Wing is, I'm talking about spanking new. It is an Evo 9 wing. Trunk is in great condition. Rear bumper is in great condition. Everything else, honestly, is pretty good. It's just the paint is not where it needs to be 100%. Now let's jump into what I consider to be the best part and best deal of this car, is the engine bay. This is by far my favorite part of this car, where I put the most amount of money into this car. And if you guys haven't seen how much money I put just on this engine alone, it's insane. Everything on this engine bay has been gone over. I mean, bolts, water pump. I'm gonna go over it just for, again, interested buyers. It has new timing belt, new pulleys, new water pump. Everything has been done. And what's crazy about this car is that you can see everything on video on my channel. So if you're actually looking to buy this car, you can see everything I've done to this car. New thermostat, SCM tuned exhaust manifold, which is $2,000 right now, which is crazy. Fuel injector, FIC 1000cc injectors, SCM fuel rail, SCM catch can that gets mounted to the transmission down there, which is really nice, and a very expensive piece as well. Arginari 52mm turbo, K&N filter, SCM tune intake filter, which is another $200. SCM tuned short route intercooler piping, PC 680 Odyssey battery with the SCM tuned mount, Tial Blow valve, fuel pressure regulator. All really expensive, pristine, good parts. Brand new Mishimoto radiator with slim fan from Mishimoto. Everything, every single brake fluid, man. It's kind of sad making this video and letting this go. Honestly, it kind of hurts. Brand new like OEM coolant basically brand new. Like, the car's warm right now, so I'm not gonna open this, but it's blue, brand new, no issues whatsoever. Oil change, new spark plugs. I went over the whole entire car. Very important and a very expensive piece that hurts to leave in the car. Twin disc Exedy clutch. $2,000 right there on that clutch. Restored the transmission. As you guys can see, everything on this engine bay. Let me just get a far shot of this engine bay. Everything again has been gone over, has been checked, and everything operates 100%. This car starts right up, no issues whatsoever. Cold AC as well, brand new accessory belt, flush brake fluid with brand new brake fluid, you name it. Again, if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna try to put all the details as well. Brand new coolant hoses. Bottom one is OEM, top one is Mishimoto. Brand new silicone hoses in the rear for the coolant. And just so you guys know, this car is currently pushing 417 horsepower on E85 from this Arginari 52mm Billet Turbo. Now for the interior, which I'm assuming is also very important for some buyers, this is the way the interior comes. Brand new OEM MR carpets all around. Let me show you guys everything in detail. The interior is honestly really good. I will say 8 or 9 out of 10 for the mileage, which I actually haven't covered. Let me go ahead and cover that right now. The car has 163,000 miles right now. I'll go ahead and turn it on for you guys so you guys can see that it turns on. This is the way the interior comes. Pioneer doubled in radio. You can see I really took care of this car. Everything's really, really good. This is the rear. Really good. Seats are good, no cracks on the seats or anything like that. Let me go ahead and start this for you. It actually has 163 with 287 currently, and it's on E85, which I haven't mentioned. It starts right up, no issues whatsoever, and it comes with a Buddyclup exhaust that sounds honestly really, really good. Gotta love the sound of E85. No rust whatsoever. This is a Florida car. I am the 3rd owner of this car. You can see the undercarriage cleaning that I did on this car. There's no rust. But yeah, this is the interior. Again, if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Something I almost did forget to mention, and I want to be clear with everything. I want to make sure that the buyer of this car knows everything. This car was rear-ended in the rear. It's still a clean title car. Everything was good. Honestly, the accident seemed to be very minor because nothing is really bent in the back. They just switched the bumper. It's the only thing that I know that they did, but it was rear-ended once. I want to be clear with that and make sure that you guys know that. Still a clean title car. Everything is good, but just so you guys know, just in case. Now, you might be asking yourself, why am I going to sell this car if I put so much work into it and so much money? Let me go ahead and pick up, get out of here, and I'll tell you guys in the car. Why would Chris sell a car that he put so much work into, and it's his baby? Because at the end of the day, this is my baby. And the answer to that is, I believe it doesn't make sense to own 2 Evo 8s at the same time. At least for me right now, it's just something that I can't afford. I want to move into other platforms, and I want to be able to own other cars that have been a dream of mine. And owning 2 Evo 8s is just doesn't make sense financially, and it doesn't make sense space wise. I only have a 2-car garage, and I want to build other cars, maybe a Evo 10, maybe a Acura RSX, maybe a Honda S2000, and maybe even a Supra, which would be a dream come true. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, yes, this is my baby, and after all, I know that a lot of you guys love this car after all the work that we've put into it, but I have to grow, and this is honestly a growing stage where I have to step out of the box and seek for more and do more at the end of the day. Honestly, just want to open my doors to more possibilities, and don't think that by any means this means that I'm stepping away from the Evo platform, because we are still building the JDM Evo 8, the red Evo 8, to another level. So Evo 8 content is still going to be here. I'm just going to do this to level up, and honestly even to fund the build of the red Evo 8, which I want to build the entire car up and bottom, as I've always said. But anyways, I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of a gist of why is it that I'm selling this car, and hopefully some of you guys can understand that this is to grow, and at the end of the day, this is to level up and bring even better, improved content to the channel. That being mentioned, if you're new to the channel and this is the first time you see a video and you're into Evos, car content, entertainment, education, DIYs, then definitely consider subscribing for a lot more videos. Let's go ahead and head into the garage and speak about money and see how much I'm going to ask for the GG Evo 8. Made it back to the garage. Let me go ahead and set you guys where I usually set you guys at. That should be about right, and hopefully you guys can still see me and I'm in focus. But let's go ahead and talk about pricing. And pricing is something I've been contemplating big time when it came to selling this car, and this is one of the main reasons I took so long. It's just because I didn't know what to price a car at. Even though I spent so many hours taking care of every little kink that this car came with, it's still 160,000 miles that this car has. And I do have to understand that, unfortunately, even though I feel like everything's so perfect in this engine and, you know, everything's just been gone over. That being said, the paint is not in perfect condition and it's still high mileage, but everything else is very mint, very clean. The interior, brand new carpets. The interior just looks complete and it looks really well taken care of. Of course, I restored the crap out of that interior, as many of you guys know from following the build on the channel. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to sell the Evo 8 for $28,500. Obviously, people are going to make offers and everything, but if somebody comes up with $28,500, car's yours, you could come pick it up, we could set shipping, whatever the case might be, but $28,500 would be my price and we'll go from there. If you guys are interested in buying this car, there's two things I'm going to ask you to do. Number one is a way of contacting me. You guys can email this email right here, chrisgoorbarry@gmail.com. I'll put it here on the screen so you guys can write it down if you guys want to reach out to me and see the car in person, ask me any questions. I'll make sure to answer all of those questions as much as I can possible. And I'll also put everything in the description down below. Like, I'll put a full list of the Evo, everything that's going to come with it, like a full sell post in the description. So if you wanna read that, just in case I can answer a lot of your questions, that will be great. And the second and last thing I'm going to ask for anybody that's looking to purchase this Evo is go and see all the videos, man. Go and see every single video that I did on this car. Everything I've done to this car has been probably recorded in detail, and you're going to see the amount of OCD and attention that we pay in this channel if you're new to the channel again. So definitely go ahead and click this playlist right here and go and watch it. But anyways, like always, stay positive, stay safe, and keep grinding. I'll see you guys in the next one.